Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to another video. Today we are working on a 2000 Toyota Corolla. We are changing the rod bearings. They are gone bad in this Toyota. We already took out the spark plugs. We disconnected the battery and we drained the oil. Now we are going to take the plastic cover off that's underneath there, and then we are going to take the oil pan off, and then we are going to get to work. So with that said, let's get that plastic cover off. All right, guys, so we got the cover, like this here plastic cover. We got it off this side. We got all the bolts out of the oil pan now. Basically just got to break the seal, pull the oil pan down, and then we'll get at it, and hopefully everything goes the way it should, and this doesn't take forever. But as you can see here, it's kind of hard, but you can see I got a bolt out there. These are the guide pins is what I call them. Basically every vehicle usually has them. They're kind of like two that are nuts instead of bolts. Basically just guides it so it sets it upright on there. But anyways, let's get this off and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so where are we at here? So we got her off. Got the oil pan off, and just show you here, see if I can do it. It's hard to do with one hand, but no, actually you can see it moving. See, she's pretty loose there. So what we're gonna do is take these two bolts out, and hopefully we can do it without moving this bracket that's in the way. Of course, it had to be the one in where the bracket is, right? This is basically the bracket that holds the motor support. What are they called? Anyways, can't think of it right now. If you know, you can comment and say, yeah, you should have knew that, which I do know it. Motor mounts, there we go. Took me a second. So yeah, instead of moving this here, we're hoping we don't have to. We can get that out, and we can change it without having to move this. But we don't want to, when we do take it apart, we don't want to hurt the journal doing it. So hopefully we can get her all done properly, and we'll go from there. So we'll get back to you once we got that out and see what happens. All right, guys. So we got the old bearing out. I'm going to show you here. There's one. You can see. Hopefully you can see that on the camera how wore it is. Basically, and then here's the other one. This here one's just, I don't know. It's not really wore, but it's warped, I guess you could say. And then here we have the new ones, right, that are perfectly good. We're gonna put those in, and then this car shouldn't tap no more. Had a little trouble getting the old ones out. They were kind of, I guess from the friction, kind of had them stuck to it, so I had to give a little pull on it. Hopefully everything's good though, and we didn't cause any damage, and we'll get the new one on and get this done, because I am frozen from laying on this snowy ground. That's why I say I need to get a garage instead of working in the snow. But anyways, we got that done. Now we're just gonna put the new one up in place, try and put it back in, and then away we go. Okay guys, so just an update here. We did get her all back together there. It's looking good. I gotta clean her all up down here and get all this here around the oil pan gasket, get it all cleaned up. And then we got to clean up the oil pan, and then we are going to put her back together. And we already spun it to make sure that it sounds proper. We only did the one, right? I mean, you know, like I said to my brother, I said, you know, we could do them all, man, but you know. And he's like, no, I only want to just do the one. So we got the one done, and he's happy with that, and we'll we'll go from there, right? You know, the underneath here is kind of good. It didn't, you know, the gasket didn't really seal to that, so it's gonna be easy to clean, which is perfect. You know, a little wipe with the sandpaper and away you go there, a little paper towel too, and you know, you just want to clean it up some so that when you put the new gasket on and the we got that other stuff. Oh, I just got oil in my face again. When you get the new gasket on and got oil in my face, but you get the new gasket on and we got the gasket glue. It's like a rubber stuff you put on, and it's basically self gasket you make. We got that too, so when we put all that on, it's, you know, it's going to seal up pretty good anyway. So the car is old, you know, she's seen better days, but it's a Toyota, man. They last forever, right? I mean, as you can see, she's starting to rot out back here from a dent. Right here, she got a dent. Right, she's an old car, but hey, as long as she runs good, that's all that matters, right? So get her fixed up. This is my brother's girlfriend's car, so we're fixing that up for him, and he'll be happy. This oil here and stuff, I gotta probably just leave it in that, and I'll figure out what to do with it. But they just had to go. He had to go take his wife to work, so that kind of put a kibosh on us doing anything right now. That coffee's cold. I'll need to get a new one, a clean one. But yeah, it's not a bad little job. So with that said, he's gone to take her to work. So when he gets back, we'll get her finished. All right, guys. So we got this. We got the oil pan all cleaned up. We got this gasket stuff I got right here. This high temperature gray RTV silicone gasket maker. Basically, it came with the gasket, the actual gasket there that we're gonna put on. So this stuff takes about an hour to dry up. So I figured I'd just shoot a quick little video here, and then we'll get the gasket on. You put that on, and then you put it on underneath your engine, and you don't torque it right down right away. You give it 20 minutes or so before you torque it down. That way it gives the gasket, this stuff, time to kind of somewhat dry, so it creates it like a rubber, right? So when you do torque it down, it seals it better. But anyways, we got that done, so we're gonna throw the gasket on, and then we're gonna put it on, put some oil in her, and we'll check her out. All right, guys, so we ended up, we got the oil pan back on, and just show you here so you can see all the bolts are on. You know, it's sealed up pretty good as it looks. Now we won't know the actual truth until it comes time to put the oil in and fire the engine up and see if there's any engine leaks. But you know, we got her back together here. It calls for like 6 pounds of torque, but every time I've ever done these, I've always just used the socket, you know, and tighten them up, basically hand tight, and then go side to side in different angles so that you're not pinching it in one area, and then kind of what would happen is you warp the pan, right? So you kind of go like, you know, like an X, right? And do it, and basically tighten it till almost you have to use force, and then that's basically torqued to what I've always been taught, right? Like, you know, that's your 6-inch torque, or 6 pounds, or whatever the Jesus it is. But anyways, that's how I've always done it, and it worked perfect. So with that said, we got this here shield here that's got to go on. We're gonna put that on, and this here's got to go back on too. This here is, oh, I just dropped it. Shoot, where did I drop it? This here, I'll show you here, folks. This here goes up in here. It's just a cover for there. Gotta make sure I got it right. Hard to do with one hand, but okay. Anyways, I gotta put that on, and then, well, sorry folks, I'm trying to do it with holding the camera, but I'm gonna take the camera, shut her off here, get that in, get the other piece in, then we're gonna throw some oil in her. All right, guys, we just put the oil in. We're going to check her out here now. He's gonna fire her up, and we'll see. No knock. Back to normal. Sounds great. A job well done, hey. Actually, yeah, no, it sounds good. I mean, I think there's a little bit of a knock there, and that's probably gonna be there because of the engine being cold right now. I think if it warms up, it'll probably go away, right? It's cold knock is what they would call that, I guess. I don't know, but you know, basically just because it's cold, right? And then when it warms up, it'll go away. But it isn't knocking like it was, like, you know. Yeah, sounds awesome. Sounds awesome, man. Sounds awesome. So we got her all done, and that's that. We got to put all the tools away now, and that's a job done. All right, guys. So we got her all finished. We got the car back together. It sounds great. We got all the tools put away. Everything's back to normal. The car is ready to get on the road. So they're going to be happy now. And with that said, I thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something. And we'll see you on the next one.